Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com, and today I'm going back to work on the cabinet that you guys saw me do the epoxy fill for the handle. That was super loose, the big hole in it. It's time to get to work on this piece. It's been too long since I did that video, and I'll put a link in the description. Gonna be on one of these sides, y'all. I'll put a link in the cards to that video so you can see what we had to do to repair the handle on it. But we're gonna do a repair on the leg today. If you remember in that video, I told you that it looked like a Wolverine been chewing on this thing. It really does. I don't know how this piece got as beat up as it is, but this leg has seen better days. It's not really rotted, and I'll give you guys a close-up, but it's not rotted at all. So clearly it's damage from just someone not loving this piece. And if you remember, I was kind of lamenting that with the door. You know, I don't understand if a handle gets loose like that, why you wouldn't just tighten it and instead of continuing to yank on it and make that hole bigger. But that's not for me to say. I mean, you guys do what you want to do with your furniture. I mean, you paid a lot of money for it, so why not destroy it? But that's just me. So we got that fixed up and taken care of. It needs to still be sanded down, and I will show you guys that process as we get to it. But today I want to get this leg fixed up. And to do that, I am using more epoxy, a different kind of epoxy. This isn't one that I'm mixing myself. This is Kwik Wood Repair Epoxy Putty. This has got the two parts of the epoxy right in this little single tube of putty. It's really nice because you just break off as much as you think you're going to need, and then you're going to use, I don't want to say need, that you're going to use, and then you knead the two pieces together till it's a uniform color, and then you can use it to bond or repair, sort of build up pieces. The nice thing is it's not as runny as epoxy that you would mix yourself. It's also not as runny as like when you mix up your own wood filler. I like to mix up my own wood filler so I get the consistency that I want. But this is a time when you don't want to use wood filler. This piece is going to be on the floor, it's going to be on the ground, it's going to be probably dragged or hit with a I was going to say lawnmower, but clearly don't lawnmower it. Hit with the edge of a vacuum cleaner, or, you know, people just treat things roughly, and you want to make sure that the repair is going to stay. And the nice thing about this Kwik Wood is that it just bonds to the wood. It's as hard as wood. You can drill it, you can sand it, you can do whatever you could to wood, and it's going to be just as hard. Actually, I think it says, I was reading the package just to get all my facts correct, and it said, I think it actually says that it's stronger than wood. I don't know, probably, could be. I don't have the stats on that, but we'll have to just take their word for it. But yeah, you can do anything you can to wood. So I'm going to use this to build up this leg. Before I do that, I'm going to get you guys situated so you can actually see what I'm doing, and you can see the leg of the cabinet and see what I'm talking about. So hang on. Okay, so here's what happened. I videotaped myself putting this Kwik Wood on, and then somehow the file got deleted. Not naming names because it was me. I needed to make room on my camera, and I selected the wrong file. So it's not a problem though, because like I said, this leg does look like it was chewed on by a Wolverine. So there is another side to do. So I've done the one side in the last video that got deleted, and then I'm gonna do the other side now, and I could show you the process again. I'm gonna go through this one more time, even though you didn't see the first time, but I'll show you how to use this Kwik Wood epoxy. I love this stuff, so awesome. And I'll show you how hard it is on the other side that I did do, so that you can kind of take a look at what what it looks like and what's going to happen with the side that will still be wet when we're done with this demonstration. So you start by taking out the little tube, and remember this is epoxy, and if you saw the other video of fixing the door of this piece, you know it smells like not hairspray, but a perm. So what you're gonna do is it comes in a tube like this, and you can see the, oh no you can't, because there's a little piece on the end. There are two different colors, which there's paper on the end, but you can kind of see the white in the middle and then the brown putty on the outside. Those are the two pieces that if you've ever mixed like liquid epoxy, those are the two pieces. So this is the two pieces right already put together. It's kind of a neater, cleaner process doing it this way. And I like it if you're gonna be doing something that's like a vertical surface, because it's not gonna drip down. Obviously the liquid stuff, not gonna work, won't work. Just take my word for it. It's gonna drip. Let's see, let me get this put away, because it dries really quick and we want to make sure this doesn't get all dried out. So put that away, and then all you do to mix it is run it between your hands like this, like knead it like dough. It's like dough. So just do this. Oh God, it stinks. I hated perms, like when perms were really popular and like mid 80s and like 85, 86, everybody had to have that sort of Bon Jovi hair, and we all had to go get perms, and I hated it. I hated every moment of it. The smell, the hair pulling, those rollers pulled your hair every darn time. Okay, so once it is mixed together good so that it's like an even color throughout, what we're gonna do is now we're gonna put this on the leg, and I'm gonna get the camera flipped around so you see the leg and not me, because this is the only part you need to see me do is mix this together. You're gonna wanna clean your hands though, because it stinks. Let's see. Okay, so I did this side. This is the side that I did when we lost the file. So now this side, as you can see, has been sort of eaten away too. I don't know what they did to this leg of this piece, but this is how I do it. And again, this is probably not my the OG approved, my dad's way of doing it, but I get it put on there, and I want to make a corner. So this is the corner piece right here. So what I do is I take a piece of cardboard, and this is a mailer from the postal service that I had, and I cut the corner off, and you can see it's a nice actual corner. Got it? See, corner, 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 corner. So that I can kind of use it as a template to get a nice edge on it. But what I want to do first is get it put on there like you're working clay. So just kind of think of it as you're molding clay. So I want to kind of get the shape, push it down on there, blend it in with the other piece over here. It is literally like using clay, which makes it nice because you can shape it any way you need to. That's why I like it better than, say, wood filler. Wood filler you can't shape like this. You see what I mean? So when you have a piece that you need to shape, like a corner or at an angle of some kind, you're gonna want to use this, the Kwik Wood, because it just makes it so much nicer. And over here on this side, let me get you moved over here, where the two pieces come together, and I don't know, I think it's gonna be a little bright with the light. Let me see if I can move that. There we go. See where the two pieces have come together? So this side's dry, and you can see it's as hard as a rock. It is awesome that way. I'm gonna be able to sand this and get it to be a perfect corner, but I wanna get these two pieces married in there. So I'm gonna try and get it blended as much as I can with my finger first, because I want them to stick together. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I wanna get it up around the foot at the top. So I'm just pushing and shaping. That's all I'm doing right now. And then let's see how this side's coming out. But see how this is not a good angle? When I'm getting my fingers in there and trying to make an edge, it's not an edge. It's like got ripples in it from my fingers, and I don't want that. I want a nice crisp edge, sort of like this side. This is more of an actual angle that you would have on a piece, so that when I go in to sand it off, I'm not doing as much work. Like this would be difficult to make into an angle, and you would end up taking too much of this piece off, so you're not going to get that sharp corner that you want, so that this looks like it was never chewed away. So again, I'm going to take the cardboard and I'm going to just give it a press. It will stick to the cardboard, but it's much easier to come off than you think. So I've got that nice angle in there, and I'm just going to get it pressed in there. You get a nice sharp edge, and I want to get right down here is where the actual wood is, the actual angle of this leg, and then I'm just working it up into a corner. And then I'm going to try and pull it so that the cardboard doesn't pull it all apart again. But this is giving me a nice sharp crease. So, not pretty. That'll get sanded down later. But now I actually have a nice sharp angle that matches the angle of this leg. So I don't know that this is woodworker approved or OG approved, but this is how I do it, because then I get a nice crisp edge to work with when I'm sanding. So I'm gonna just keep working this, and then if I pull down, this is where the wood angle starts. So it actually conforms pretty well there. This, it dried out just a little bit. This putty is not as wet as it was the first time. But it's starting to look more like a leg. You see what I'm saying? And as opposed to this rounded off piece of wood. Now I have another side over here that needs the same process done. And what I'm gonna do is I'll put you on time lapse while I work on that. And then I'll show you from the top, from up here, a downward view. You can see that it's actually got a square now instead of a rounded foot on it. So let me put you on time lapse. Okay, so here's the top view looking down, and as you can see, you just kind of end up sculpting a square. This will get sanded off so that it is a nice sharp edge. This is the metal foot, but this will all get sanded now that this part's hard. This is the soft areas, these three sides, and we will be able to sand this off, and this leg is going to look brand new. So once it's painted, it started out like this. Ignore all my crap on my floor because I had some stuff fall off the walls. The cats have just been going crazy, but it started off worse than this actually. So see how this is all rounded off? This one was much worse, and now I've built it back up. You end up being like a sculptor and putting it all back together. A little bit there. But once this is dry and it's sanded down and painted, you will not even be able to see that repair. So yeah, it's awesome. So I'm gonna let this dry, and I'm gonna finish up the other leg on this piece. And the two rounded legs that are on the front of this cabinet, really you can kind of sand and just make it look okay. They don't need to be built back up. I might add a little wood filler into some of the places that it's just a little bit ruddy, just to give it a nice smooth edge. I mean, there's shabby chic and then there's just damage. So I mean, this is definitely not chic in any fashion, it's just shabby. So it's gonna get a little wood filler into the legs, and then sanded down, and this piece is going to be ready to go as far as painting goes. So the cabinet door is repaired. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to put a link in the cards to that video so you can see the other resin repair that we did with the 2-part resin, the liquid 2-part resin repair of the door. You know, when a door handle gets a little too wobbly, people, when a doorknob gets loose and somebody doesn't tighten it, they just kind of work a bigger hole, and it just needs to be filled and fixed. And yeah, once these legs are repaired, just a little bit of sanding and I'm gonna be ready to go. Maybe some washing, some dirt on this thing, and a spider. Not a fan of the spider, but I can't find him. But every time I clean the webs off, there's more webs. So he's there somewhere. But yeah, we'll find him too. We'll get him routed out of there. And then the hard part comes, which is choosing the color. I mean, this cabinet's white now. It could be any color I want, and that's usually my biggest problem, is color atrophy. I just start going, oh, what color should it be? And I've got so many other projects going on it right now. This dresser back here, if you haven't seen the video of me finding the treasure trove on the side of the road, I'll put the link in the cards above. This is one of the pieces, this wonderful giant dresser. So I gotta get this done too and get it out the door. But yeah, I've got an upholstery project for my husband's aunt, and I've got just a bunch of projects coming up. So please make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the bell icon so you're notified about those videos when they're done. You definitely want to see this thing. This thing is so gorgeous as it is. It's definitely dated, but a little facelift is gonna take it a long way. So thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I appreciate you watching, everybody. I hope you try this. Happy junkin'. Bye. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.